So Brand Online was able to try out second closed beta test of Arknights Endfield earlier, and I had a chance to speak with him about his first impressions about the combat system, about characters, their roles, potential team compositions, and so on and so forth. And it was really nice of him that he was able to reply me. It's quite a rare thing, not gonna lie, for big boys to answer some small content creators, which I really appreciate. He paid me quite some attention, we had a nice conversation, and I wanted to share with this experience with you guys as well. We're going to refer to his video specifically about characters, what kind of roles they're going to play, and we're going to think and speculate a little bit about their performance and so on and so forth. So let's begin with this. So here, most important to keep in mind that of course these were like first impressions, and Bran was able to play for around 6 hours. Obviously, it's not enough to provide a full detailed explanation of everything and the meta compositions or something like that, not at all, but this is enough to have quite some understanding of the processes behind the roles of different characters. And when we're going to have a look at different characters, for example, here we have an administrator, our main character, we can see that characters have different elements, as here, for example, obviously they have different rarity from 4 to 6 stars. And yes, by the impressions of Bran, he said that even 4-star characters, they have their role, they are important and can be viable in different situations, and the overall role of different characters, you can see it here. The crush effects has our administrator, crowd control, I'm not sure what exactly it's going to do. Also the element, I believe this is the physical element, and from this point of view, I believe administrator is going to play a role of some kind of a DPS unit. For example, the next one character has the same symbol, the same abilities, physical element, but is going to be 5-star. She has different unique abilities for the battle. For example, during the battle she is able to lift opponents and stagger them. These are different mechanics which characters are able to provide. The other character is going to be Wolfgang, for example. He is some kind of mage type of a character, let's call it like that. Obviously it's called differently. He is a 5-star and he has a heat element, heat infliction, combustion effects he is able to provide. So this is the other type of a character which are able to deal damage and elemental type of damage. When we're speaking about Pogranichnik, for example, in his case we have also physical type of element, but he is playing a different role. For example, here he is going to recover a certain amount of ASP, and he's going to be kind of an important one character for different teams, because managing your SP to cast skills of different operators is going to be really that important. You need to manage it, you need to spare different points to activate different skills, and the combat skills as well, they're going to consume certain amount of SP. He has breach effect. The next one is going to be Last Ride. She is also a DPS unit. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Damage dealer is written here. She has a cryo element and she's able to provide inflictions of cryo. Next one is going to be Ardelia. She is a healer support character. She is able to provide corrosion effect, susceptibility. I'm not sure what exactly it means and what kind of effect it's going to provide. The next character is going to be Ione, 6 stars, also with cryo element, and she's some kind of a mage type of a character, damage dealer. She's focusing on crits, so maybe she's going to be like a decent one for some specific team compositions with the ice element, the cryo element. Li Fang, physical character, he is able to actually knock down opponents, so this is a different type of role. Before we saw a character which is able to lift up opponents, this one is doing opposite. and he is able to provide physical susceptibility. He has a link effect. I believe it's some kind of maybe protection. I'm not sure what kind of role is going to do. Gilberta with the nature element as well. Art susceptibility, nature infliction, lift opponents. So she's some kind of supportive character which is able to provide damage increase, maybe based off element, I'm not sure, or maybe she's able to produce different stacks and help other characters to kind of accumulate them, consume them, and deal more damage. Again, we'll have to figure it out, but based on the amount of points that she has in will and intellect, I believe she's a pure supportive character. Ember, in our case, she's going to be a defender with the heat effect, element, 6 stars. She's able to knock down opponents, she's able to recover HP, she's able to provide shields, so a pure tank. And this is quite an important one aspect, because when I was speaking with Bran about different team compositions and his thoughts about defenders and their role in this game, he said that by his feelings they're going to be important, especially for different specific cases, maybe not everywhere, but in certain ways they're able to provide survivability, they are able to provide parry effects, they are able to protect and reduce amount of damage that you're going to receive from opponents. So survivability for certain boss stages, for example, is going to be an important one. Leviathan, she is a damage dealer with a heat effect, and she is able to provide combustion effect. This is pretty much straightforward. Actually, she's packing more from intellect, so this type of a character, like a pure mage type, I guess. Alesh is a 5-star character with cry element, and he's going to provide SP recovery, managing your ability points basically to allow others to cast their skills and so on, with solidify effect. Dapan, one of my favorite characters, to be honest. This is like a life totem. 5 stars, damage dealer, physical type of character. He's able to lift opponents, he is able to crush them, I guess. And yeah, the strength is going to be the main stat for him. Snowshine is a defender, which is 5-star with cry element. And her abilities are protective, HP recovery, cry infliction. And during the showcase from video from Bran, we saw how actually it's working. In a certain cases, when you're activating her skill, she's just summoning a huge shield made of ice, from what I recall, and she kind of reduces the amount of damage that you're going to receive. And as well, during like different usage of abilities, I believe she's able to recover HP, which is pretty much important for long-term fights, for heavy fights and high-level fights. So here is going to be an example. Yeah, here she is, provided the shield. Can we see the HP bar? Let's have a look. Yeah, so she provided the shield and character didn't receive any damage at all. Now the next character, Avivana, 5 stars, the shock element. She's going to be a damage dealer. Art susceptibility, okay, that's pretty much clear. Xaihi, another one supportive character with the cry element, and she's able to provide HP recovery, pretty much clear. Cry infliction, and we have here MP. I believe as she's playing a supportive role, she's able to amplify the damage output of other characters, means increase it, provide an ability for other characters to deal more damage. I believe this is something like that. Arknights is another SP recovery character with the shock element, electric infliction. Fluoride with the mage type of a gameplay with the nature element, 4 stars, nature infliction, cry infliction as well. Oh, so she's combining 2 elements at the same time. Interesting. So you can use her like in different teams pretty much successfully. She's going to help kind of provide an elemental type of a damage in different teams, which is not that bad. Stella, 4-star with cryo element and physical susceptibility. She's able to lift opponents, so some kind of supportive role, also with an ability to provide certain amount of damage, I guess. Catcher, another defender, 4 stars with shields, protection, and he's able to apply weaken effects to opponents. Interesting. Akikuri with hit element as well, 4 stars, SP recovery, hit infliction pretty much clear, and link effect. Once again, I'm kinda curious what this link effect actually means. If you know something, let me know in the comment section below. Antal with the electro element, art susceptibility, and AMP as well. Amplification of the damage, I believe. That's the role that he is going to play. So that's pretty much an overview of all the characters that we have in the game. Not everyone, but majority. And the thing is, the most important summary here, again based on our discussion with Bran and his impressions from different characters and their roles, how you're able to build your teams, it's really going to depend on stages or bosses that you're going to meet. From what I heard from Bran, he said that different skill combinations and really the combat skills that characters are able to use, it depends on different situations, it depends on different triggers which are going to cause this chain of different combat skills which characters are able to play, and they might be triggered based on a full combat of a skill or attacks from one character. In this case, you're going to activate the combat skill from another character. On the other hand, it might be a really dependent one from the HP amount that you're going to have for this or that character. Some are going to depend on damage that you're going to deal. So these are all important moments to keep in mind, especially when you're going to discover for yourself different characters. They might play differently. All of them are kind of unique. As far as you saw, they're all different. There is not a single one character which have exactly the same stuff and abilities. They're all different. And this is cool. It's like an important one aspect of variability and different options for you to play with. And you're going to utilize really multiple of them. It doesn't really require you to have all the characters to clear different stages, not at all, but it may do your experience more broad. From the suggestions that we have right now, and again by feelings, by experience from quite a short period of time being played during the second CBT, early access, let's say, it's going to be important to have one damage dealer, the character which is going to provide the most amount of damage, and provide enough support for him and survivability. Like we saw that many shielders, quite some of them, they have an ability to protect but also heal at the same time. You also may use like separately a pure healer and a pure shielder. On the other hand, you wanna amplify and provide the damage increase. Also, you kind of want for certain cases manage the SP amount, and all these options, they're quite important. I mean, they're bringing just a freaking insane amount of abilities and different team building strategies and so on and so forth. With this, you may bring, for example, one character which is going to recover SP for your team, and others are going to consume them, spam in a certain way, with the damage dealer being the main character there. Maybe provide one shielder, and for example, one character which is going to amplify the damage output. You kind of can build teams which are going to be physical specified. Others are going to be based on elements and applying different vulnerable effects, or maybe some combustion, or I don't know, whatever, corrosion effects and so on and so forth. There are different debuffs which you're able to apply to opponents. So this all seems kinda interesting to me and really deep. I'm pretty much excited already, and I'm really waiting for the moment when the second CBT is going to be released, and I hope you're as well excited about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about it? What kind of maybe team compositions you already thought about, or are you planning to explore everything from scratch from the very beginning? I'm curious, let me know. Yeah, with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Take care.